Baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. Great shot of downtown Pittsburgh. We're right across the Allegheny River inside PNC Park as the Cubs go for the 3-game series sweep over the Pirates. Nice day here in Pittsburgh. Great to have you with us. Jim DeShays and Len Kasper. Let's get right into the Cubs starting pitcher today. After Jake Arrieta won last night, it'll be lefty John Lester on the mound today.
And John Lester coming off an outstanding start last time out. As a matter of fact, he's been good all year long. He could easily be 5-0. He's allowed just 1 run in 4 of his 5 starts so far this year. Really good against the Pirates last year, 2-1 with a 1.57 ERA, including his only complete game of the year came here last September.
Right-hander Juan Nicasio for the Pirates, and there's no place like road for the Cubs. They're 12-3 wearing the road grays. They'll go for the sweep as they get set for a 10-game homestand starting tomorrow. Javi Baez has been a human highlight reel on defense, and he is in the lineup again today.
And the #1 window and door company in America is
Feldco.
To celebrate this amazing achievement, Feldco is offering 2 windows for the price of 1, with no money down and no interest for 1 year.
On behalf of the entire Feldco team, thank you. And remember, 2 windows for the price of 1 ends soon. So hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Won't miss that. Won't miss that. Won't miss that. Won't miss that.
I will too miss that.
No, you won't miss that. When you move with DirecTV, your favorite entertainment goes with you from coast to coast on all your devices. Now keep moving. The DirecTV Movers deal, now with bundles and equipment upgrades too. Call and ask about all the benefits today.
The simple truth is, sometimes life isn't just. Someone crosses over the line. The best laid plans fail, or the sky falls, and lives are changed forever, and people suffer. And when that happens, you might find a system that is not just. That's the reason I began my career, because even when life isn't just, there can be justice, and everyone deserves justice.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. Ford, inviting you to check out their fuel-efficient lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. And by Southwest Airlines, transparency, low fares, nothing to hide.
Welcome back. PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Cubs, as I said, have won 12 of 15 on the road. They're 12-2 against the National League Central. And this is the minimalist, zany suit trip. And of course, they're 2-0 since they put on the funky outfits. Let's hear from Joe Madden.
For me, it doesn't bother me to walk into a crowd at anywhere with a tulip suit on. You know, it doesn't bother me. But there's a lot of people who would bother, and I want them to get beyond that moment, because it really means nothing. It's pigment, it's different colors, it's design. It has nothing to do with who you are at all. So get over it, and I really believe it benefits you out here. I do. I believe the fact that you're not concerned about superficial nonsense permits you to focus and play your game better.
There's always a reason behind everything he does, and he has called this maybe one of the best trips in that regard he has ever engineered. And as we get started today, JD, we got to say right up front, and I say to you,
yes,
may the 4th be with you.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. It's May 4th. It's Star Wars Day. I wish I had a pithy comeback ready for you, but I don't. I could do my Chewbacca impersonation. That's all I got.
That's good. That works for me. John Lester's ready to go. Temps in the 60s again. It's like a partly to mostly cloudy afternoon as some Cub fans came in from Cleveland. Not too far from Pittsburgh as we sit here in the western part of the state. And then back home, the Cubs in the middle of a stretch of 14 of 17 at Wrigley Field, but again, being on the road has not bothered them a bit.
No, winning last night, they clinched the series win here, and I believe going back to last year now, it's 10 consecutive road series that they have won. They had the best road record in all of baseball last year. So yeah, that's great form. And normally, if you just play 500 on the road, take care of business at home, you're going to have a successful season. But with all the winning this club has done on the road, they are poised to have an outstanding year if they keep this trend going. We'll see. It's been a great run. Nationals come in for 4. It's going to be fun to see that club. They've got outstanding pitching. They're the only team that has outpitched the Cubs to this point in the season. Bryce Harper, their superstar outfielder, is a bit of a funk right now. He's been slumping. We'll see if that continues. I would imagine he'll be energized rolling on into Wrigley Field. And then after the long homestand, Cubs head out for a long road trip too, which includes a trip to San Francisco and St. Louis. So the schedule stiffening just a little bit.
Nationals are in Kansas City today, wrapping up that series. They couldn't hold a late lead in losing last night. Steven Strasburg will pitch for them today, so the Cubs will not face the 4-0 Strasburg in that series. So Juan Nicasio takes the mound. And let's check out the Cubs Southwest starting lineup he will face. Cubs won 7-2 on Monday, 7-1 last night. Fowler, La Stella, and Bryant 1 through 3. Tommy gets a start at second. Rizzo has 4 doubles in this series. Zobrist playing right. Javi Baez no more for the glove than the bat last night. 0 for 5 at the plate, with several highlight plays with the glove. Russell, Ross, Lester go 7, 8, and 9.
Well, let's see how they line up for Clint Hurdle here this afternoon. Starling Marte back in left field. McCutcheon center, Polanco right. And then the third to first will go Freese, Mercer, Harrison, and Rodriguez. Sean Rodriguez in there. He had a nice game last night. Francisco Cervelli will do the catching this afternoon. And the Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates is Juan Nicasio, 29-year-old right-hander. You'll remember him from the Colorado Rockies. Last year he was with the Dodgers. This year in a Pirate uniform, he's pitched well. 5 starts, 3-2 with a .333 earned run average.
Let's get the umpires for the series finale. Jeff Nelson is the crew chief working home plate. Doug Eddings at first. Laz Diaz at second. And Ben May, this is his favorite month, he's at third.
Star Wars Day today, Cinco de Mayo tomorrow.
Yeah, Mother's Day.
More than we can handle. Kentucky Derby's coming up. That's a famous horse race.
And the leadoff man is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. If Dexter Fowler gets a hit in this plate appearance, Binny's Beverage Depot will donate $100 to the Greater Chicagoland Food Depository. The right-hander Nicasio deals, and we are underway. A couple of former Rockies.
Nicasio, yeah, he can light it up. He's maxed out at 98 miles an hour this year. We'll go 91 to 94 for the most part. Good run on his fastball. That time a little cutting action. He'll throw a slider and a change.
A lot of kids in the ballpark. Groups in the upper deck. Upper deck is actually more packed than the lower seating bowl. They were screaming, "Let's go Bucks! Let's go Bucks!" about 90 minutes before the game.
Yeah, they're fired up.
3-1.
I don't know if they'll be able to sustain that energy level, though. It's probably going to take some cotton candy.
Here it is. 3-2.
Nicasio's last start against Cincinnati, he went 7 scoreless, allowed 3 hits and a walk, struck out 8.
6'4", 250. He's really put together as Fowler smacks a single to right. And Benny's Beverage Depot and the Greater Chicagoland Food Depository benefiting.
Yeah, well, they're writing a lot of checks. Benny's is because of Fowler's work. In this series, he's led every ball game off with a base hit.
Tommy La Stella playing his natural position, second base. His second start there this season. He's made 6 starts at third.
As I flip back through my scorebook here, it looks like Dexter Fowler has led off the first inning with either a hit or a walk in the last 6 ball games.
Wow, that is impressive.
Setting the tone. You go, we go, guy, as Joe Madden refers to him.
And by the way, Baez was going to play third today, even before the big night last night. Expect more balls to be hit on the ground on the left side today. And again, La Stella very familiar with second base. That's outside, and it's 1-1. And again, the adjustments you can make with a deep and versatile roster. Ben Zobrist playing right. Chris Bryant in the outfield again. He's in left. One and one the count. Long pause at the belt and a step off.
Testing the patience of Tommy La Stella, I'm sure, taking all that time before delivering.
Ocasio signed with the Rockies 2006. Traded to the Dodgers prior to 2015. Signed with these Pirates as a free agent this past off season. He's from San Francisco de Macorís in the Dominican Republic. You know about San Pedro de Macorís. His hometown located in the province of Duarte in the Dominican. 1-2 is hit foul out of play.
Can understand him, and a lot of times the pitcher, whether he throws to first or holds the ball for an extended period of time, a lot of that is called from the dugout. And you could see where Clint Hurdle up against John Lester today would really focus on trying to keep a close watch on Fowler here in the first inning. You never know what run is going to beat you. His team has been very good offensively this year, but they've been shut down by the Cubs pitching in this series.
Two. Boy, the value of that leadoff guy getting on base just completely takes Nicasio out of his rhythm to start the game.
And that's what, sometimes, and again, I'm not sure if he's going over there on his own or if it's being called from the bench. Sometimes you're better off just turning a guy loose, letting him pitch so he can get into a rhythm.
On the hands, and he pulled it foul.
I'll tell you, the other guy that hurts is John Lester. We talked about this last year some, that there's a stat, they've done a study that when teams bat for a long time in the top half of the first, the bottom of the first. And sometimes statistically is a rougher inning because it's going to be a long time if this keeps up from when John left the bullpen until he starts the bottom of the first.
So I guess in an ideal world, you score 6 runs, but you do it quickly.
Yeah. Of course, if you get the 6, you don't. You're good with that.
All strike 3. Menard's pitch tracks didn't like it, but Jeff Nelson has the only opinion that matters.
Ocasio looks like he's made a commitment to go inside to the left-handed hitters in this ball game. That one was off the plate. Tough break for La Stella. Look at those numbers. Pretty good slash line there.
3 more hits last night for a 9-game hitting streak for Bryant. Pirates have lost 3 straight after winning 6 in a row. They will finish this series either 4 or 6 games back in the division. And you may laugh and say, Len, it's May 4th. They all matter.
Yeah, get him in the bank. You like a big fly here? You like a big fly here? You like a green light, don't you, on 3-0?
Absolutely.
Maybe one of those towering high drives to center field. That'll play.
Cubs have put up 14 in the first 2 games of the series without a home run. They've hit some doubles. They've pretty much proven that that particular pitch gets called a strike way more often when it's a 3-0 pitch, right?
Yeah. Umpires anticipate strike, I think, in certain counts.
Foul tip. 3-2 to Bryant. Rizzo next.
And I think 2-0-2 strikes are oftentimes called balls. So a guy makes a nasty pitch on 0-2 right on the corner. A lot of times that's called a ball.
Anticipating that pitch is out of the zone. Yeah. Let's see if Fowler is running. He is not. And a close one missed. Ball 4.
See it time and time again for Chris Bryant. He gets into those deep counts. Pitcher thinks he's going to get him to chase either a fastball or slider off the edge, and he's so good at laying off that pitch. Now, a little bit here in the last couple of weeks, we've seen him chase some elevated fastballs, but he's got a keen eye and such a solid approach for such a young player. But, the tone already being established by Nicasio of not being on the attack. And the leadoff hit, all the throwovers, taking so much time between pitches, a little tentative to Bryant.
This will be his 20th pitch. Facing his 4th batter of the game and a called strike. Anthony had 2 doubles in his first 23 games coming into this series. He now has 6.
And Cub hitters can go up there hunting fastballs too. He throws his heater about 70% of the time, and first pitch it's over 80% of the time.
Big swing and a miss. 0-2. Look out.
My goodness. Fire in the hole. He has 4 doubles in this series, 2 each in the first 2 games. That's Mr. Rizzo. Got everybody's attention down there. Soler running for cover. Choke up. Use the hands.
That's high, 1 and 2. We want to welcome those viewers watching today on the MLB Network. Cubs and Pirates wrapping up this series. Are we preempting Chris Russo today?
Oh, I hope not. Well, Mad Dog's probably out playing some tennis.
And Cervelli asked for time. We'll head out to.
Well, I think he made a late move inside, and I think he wanted to make sure Nicasio was on the same page with him. Nicasio comes set. Cervelli's asking for that high heater, and he's not sure Nicasio is going to pick him up before delivering that ball. Think about Rizzo when he goes into 2-strike mode. It's not like he's just trying to punch the ball the other way. He's willing to do that, but we've seen him drive the ball with this approach too. Open up the stance, choke up, just use the hands, but strong enough to hit it a long way with that approach. It's a complete deke by Cervelli. Thinking that maybe Fowler was going to try to give some indication to Rizzo.
Single by Fowler. Stella caught looking. Bryant walked. And now 2-2 on Rizzo. Just getting started. Swing and a miss. Out number 2.
That was a slide ball. That was pretty nasty. Trying to bury it in under his hands. Don't quite get it there, but able to get the swing and miss from Rizzo. Wouldn't Lester have been better off maybe hanging in the bullpen? You know, think about that. Sometimes starting pitcher might be better off hanging on the road, hang out in the bullpen and throw a few in case there's a long top of the inning.
Maybe even warm up later. Obviously, he may have to bat.
We need to bring back the bullpen car. Of course, the problem with what I'm suggesting is it changes the routine, and right. You know, everybody's a creature of habit in this sport.
Line shot. Caught by Polanco. So Nicasio had to work hard, and he took his time doing it, but he gets out of it with no runs allowed, and the lefty Lester to the mound when we come back.
Thank you.
Imagine if the things you bought every day earned you miles to get to the places you really want to go. With the United Mileage Plus Explorer card, you get a free checked bag, 2 United Club passes, priority boarding, and 30,000 bonus miles. Everything you need for an unforgettable vacation. The United Mileage Plus Explorer card. Imagine where it'll take you.
Now it's in the hands of the bullpen, and out comes Papa John.
It looks like he's taking this official pizza thing pretty seriously.
For just $6.99 each, get 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas.
Papa John's, the official pizza of Major League Baseball.
Taking the hassle out of yard work just got even easier. During the Echo National Sales Event, get a pro-grade Echo trimmer or handheld blower for only $149.99 each, backed by a 5-year warranty. But hurry, these deals will be gone before you know it. So take back your yard with Echo.
Creating your dream home doesn't have to be intimidating. Vinyl plank flooring from Shaw is waterproof and easy to install. Charleston vinyl plank is available in 2 styles, $169 a square foot. Acropolis vinyl plank offers a 30-year warranty and is available in 2 styles, only $199 a square foot. This 20.5 cubic foot Whirlpool refrigerator features LED lighting and makes the most of your storage space with wall-to-wall frameless glass shelves. Just $759.
Save big money at Menards.
Cubs with a couple of base runners. No damage done, though. except for a high pitch count for Nicasio. And here's the Pirates Southwest starting lineup. Cubs pitching done a good job against them so far. Mercer, McCutchen, and Freese at the top. They haven't faced a lot of lefties this year. Marte, Cervelli, Rodriguez in the middle, Harrison, Polanco, and Nicasio at the bottom.
Who's where for the Cubs this afternoon? You never know. Today it's Chris Bryant in left, Dexter Fowler center. Ben Zobrist slides out to right field. Finished the game out there yesterday. Baez, spectacular yesterday. He and Russell on the left side. LaStella Rizzo the right side of the infield. Ross behind the plate. And Big John Lester on the mound.
Pirates facing just the 5th left-handed starter they've seen, and it's been Jordy Mercer in that leadoff spot.
John, the Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher, 2-1 with a 183. Quality starts all 5 times he's gone out, and that quality start doesn't really do him justice. He's allowed just 1 run in 4 of those 5 starts, including last time out against the Braves. He went 7 innings, allowed 7 hits, 1 run, couple of walks, punched out 10. He worked out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam in the 7th.
In those games against lefties in which Mercer's been the leadoff guy, he's gone 10 for 19. He had a 3-hit game from the 8th spot, including a walk on Monday. As Zobrist goes back, the leap, the catch. He hasn't played much out there early on this season, but it's a nice grab for the first out. Andrew McCutchen. Well decorated. 5 times he's been an all-star. Won a Silver Slugger for his offense 4 times. Gold Glove in 2012. The Roberto Clemente Man of the Year following last season. MVP 2013. Knee-high fastball at 92.
You're going to see a lot of knee-high when John Lester's on his game. Fastball, cutter, curve, and change. There's the changeup. He doesn't throw it a lot, but it can be a good weapon for him. Same for the curveball. He's not given up a hit yet this year on either of those pitches. The curve and the change. Again, he doesn't throw them a whole bunch.
McCutchen has been very durable as he pops it up, and shallow center LaStella makes the catch.
Well, the Cubs have made a commitment to playing their outfielders a little bit deeper this year, especially Fowler out there in center. So I think with that, it's a little extra burden on the middle infielders to make sure they go back aggressively on balls like that. I mean, that's a play that Fowler could have made. Stella made an early call, so Dexter yielded.
David Freese playing third late in the ball game last night. He got his first pro experience at second. Pitch number 10 for Lester. And it's a little bit outside. Really good against the Pirates last year. 2-1 in 3 starts with a 157. And there's a base hit. First of the ball game for the Pirates.
After a couple away, tried to jam him with that cutter, and Freese able to pull the hands in a little bit. Good part of the barrel on it.
Marte. Hit by a pitch on Monday night. He's been plunked a National League leading 6 times this year, and since 2013, 66 times leading the major leagues. So he doesn't crowd the plate quite like Rizzo does from the left side. What that big number would tell me is that teams think there's a vulnerability maybe inside.
Probably, yeah, probably pound him in and doesn't want to yield. It's a good pitch. Got squeezed.
They were 3-0. It would have been a strike. There you go. That'd be a good way to do it, right? I'm going to go 3-0 on every hitter because I know I'll get that strike called. Back to Lester to end the inning. So after 1 from Pittsburgh as the Cubs shoot for a sweep, 0-0.
We built this thingy. We built this thingy on tech that's old. We built this thingy. But we built.
Yeah, Xfinity built this newer thingy that lets me search with my voice.
We're good. Don't fall for DirecTV. Find shows faster with the X1 voice remote, only from Xfinity. Sign up today or get started with this great offer. Call or go online today.
I could get used to this.
I could get used to this.
The luxuriously transformed 2016 Lexus ES and ES Hybrid.
I could get used to this.
Once you experience this level of luxury,
I could get used to this.
there's no going back.
Hello, beautiful. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hi, Anthony. How much does my discount double check save me?
About 150.
Done.
I don't have State Farm, but insurance, find me money.
I got you $1.
Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. There to help you with unexpected savings. That's getting to a better state.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. Time now for greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. Some numbers on the Cubs' 25-game start, their best since 1907. How about 13 of their wins by 5 or more runs, leading to a plus 89 run differential. Best road mark in baseball. They've taken the most walks.
Yeah, they've been above average defensively. Any way you slice it, it's been pretty impressive.
This guy had the best 0 for 5 night you could ever imagine. Javi Baez swings and misses. He didn't strike out. That's not why he had a great night. Going 0 for 5, it was his defense. His RBI, a ground out in the second, ended up officially being the game-winning RBI. And all the talk after the game was that glove work and the throws.
Oh, tentative.
Ooh.
Yeah, Rodriguez drifted after that one.
Went over the railing. No play, no error.
Rule of no play. And ideally, what you want to see the guy do is kind of get to the barrier and then work his way back, as he's kind of tracking it and drifting. Comes up short, face full of popcorn. But it's a play that should have been made. Rodriguez, playing second base last night, made a couple of sparkling plays.
Soft liner and a base hit on a broken bat. Let's look at some of those plays last night. Our Xfinity high-speed action. That was actually Monday.
Yeah, that tag play on a stolen base is just so quick. It starts the double play with Zobrist. And he's just getting warmed up. Watch this one, folks. Tough angle, full speed. And look at the throw. On the money. And then big hop way behind the bag. Throws a strike. And pretty charged play here. But he and Russell, you've got two shortstops on the left side of the infield.
There he goes. Pitch taken for a strike. And a good tag by Harrison. So he beats Baez at his own game. The Cubs may challenge a tight call at second base.
Still doing a little running, especially on Monday. They stole 3 bases. Throw a little bit on the shortstop side. Tag back of the leg. I couldn't tell if he got in ahead of it or not. Looks like they got him.
Well executed on all fronts. Meantime, 0-1 on Russell. Make it 0-2.
I think Nicasio's his natural fastball. He gets good run on a two-seamer in on the right-handed hitters, and then he'll try to cut it to get in on the lefties.
Slider, this is outside. Nicasio had to undergo neck surgery in 2011. He got drilled by an Ian Desmond liner in August of that year. While with the Rockies, suffered a fractured vertebra in his neck. Kind of see the scar back of his neck. Very scary. Left knee injury 2012, ended his season in early June. So yeah, he had a couple of years there where he had to battle through some injuries.
And then there's just the psychological part of coming back after such a traumatic injury. I've played with guys in the minor leagues who have been whacked by comebackers and they never really fully recovered. Anytime a guy would start a swing, pitcher would flinch.
2-2. We will try it again.
Reminds me a little bit of Garrett Cole, the ace of the Pirates staff the other day. But Cole was throwing 97, 98, hard slider, but not much in terms of really trying to get the hitters off balance with an off-speed pitch. Nicasio is built the same way, a power game, mid-90s heater, hard slider. Changeup he'll use occasionally, and I would imagine mostly to the left-handed hitters. So for Cole the other night, because of that approach, a lot of deep counts, a lot of foul balls, and a high pitch count, and he was out of there after 4 2/3. One of the challenges of pitching against this Cub lineup.
He walked him. Here's David Ross, who's knocked in 8 runs over his last 8 games. How about that slash line for David?
Yeah, he's doing a nice job. He's been outstanding behind the plate, throwing really well, and productive. Well, he's getting more ABs this year. Asked to catch a little more frequently than he did last.
Well, anecdotally, we have not done any sort of quantitative analysis on this. I was talking with David yesterday. He said, my wife says that every time you guys talk about me retiring, something good happens.
David Ross is going to retire at the end of this year.
Not that he's superstitious or anything. He just broke his bat.
He's gonna, that action inside, life on the fastball, in on the hands, he's gonna get his fair share of cracked timber.
For what we do, guys like David Ross, they're invaluable because they're still active, but they're able to kind of step back and analyze things that happen in the clubhouse, on the field, maybe a little bit more objectively than some of the younger guys who are maybe a little bit more caught up in their own world. If that makes any sense.
And don't have, quite frankly, don't have the understanding of the game like a guy like Ross does, a guy who's played in the big leagues for all these years and is, as a catcher, is involved in the pitching end of it and all aspects of the game. Usually measures a pretty aggressive lead. When he first came to the big leagues last year, man, he was getting huge leads. They had to rein him in a little bit.
Up and in, 1-2.
Yeah, you have a baseball conversation with a lot of young players, and even some not so young players, and sometimes you hear the comment, I never thought about that. For a guy like Ross, you're rarely going to hear that. He's covered all the angles.
Yep. Well, and I think the backup catcher, and as you said, just that position, observant. They seem to have a real good grasp of things. He's very self-aware.
And they're in the hitters' meetings, they're in the pitchers' meetings. They're dealing with the manager, the pitching coach, the bench coach.
Strikes out Ross. So 2 outs. It'll bring up the pitcher, John Lester. Nicasio's made 44 pitches and we're only in the second. It feels like he's thrown about 130 pitches because of the pace.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of time between pitches. And he would argue, well, it's not my job to entertain you folks. It's my job to get people out. And if this is what I need to do, then that's what I'm going to do. I do like the way he's wearing his socks.
Yeah, and I guess it's our job to entertain, too. So he does his thing, we'll do ours. Yeah.
Jake Arrieta with an RBI base hit in the game last night. Cubs pitchers have really done a nice job in the batter's box this year.
Got the Clemente Wall at 320 down that right field line.
Get the head out in front of one of those heaters.
Yeah. Lester and Lackey have this home run bet going. Gambling parlance, would it be a prop bet if we then had a bet?
Sure, we could take
on
a side bet.
What kind of odds would you give on neither guy hitting one?
On neither guy? Well, I'd have to think that over.
Is it more likely
that's
that
probably the best bet, the safest bet would be, yeah. John got one in spring training, and he's capable. He's a strong guy. Lackey, too.
To the opposite field, no less, but they're not counting that. 2-2.
See, you're talking about, making a guy throw a lot of pitches. There's Nicasio with John Lester up there, and Cervelli setting up way off the outside edge. I mean, they're not just trying to paint a corner there. Here we go. Normally, there's a pitcher up there, unless it's, Mike Leake, Travis Wood, Bumgarner. Especially the way the game has gone along with all the pitches he has thrown. If I'm Cervelli, I'm probably sitting down the middle. So come on, let's go.
Russell takes off on the 3-2, and it's grounded to Mercer. And that will end the inning. Cubs are making him work early on. 0-0.
Dear Chicago, let's take a trip out of Midway to your favorite international destinations. With love, Southwest.
Nobody should go to bed hungry.
That's where our friends at Benny's Beverage Depot are going to bat for the Greater Chicago Food Depository.
Every time the Cubs leadoff man gets a hit, Benny's donates $100 to help feed hungry families in Chicagoland.
That calls for a toast.
Meet the product development experts at Turtle Wax. They invented Dash and Glass. Consumers voted it 2016 Product of the Year. They made it so people don't have to worry about getting dash cleaner on the glass or glass cleaner on the dash, because Turtle Wax Dash and Glass cleans both. Turtle Wax. Trusted innovation inside and out.
My name is Rick Lopez. I'm the executive chef here at La Condesa in Austin, Texas. I started when I was a young guy, plugging away, pushing, doing the hours, and it's kind of brought me here to where I am now, just hard work. My philosophy is work. Work and it'll happen. Always give your best, because nobody can take that away from you.
Greatness is within reach. Right now, you could get a great deal on the new Civic, KBB.com's overall best buy for 2016. From Honda.
Welcome back, everybody. Join CSN Chicago for a taping of Beer Money, the trivia show that tests your sports knowledge in exchange for cash. You can then use that cash to buy beer. Luke Stuckmeyer hosts the next taping. It's tomorrow at 6 at Turtles Bar and Grill in Chicago. Beer Money presented by Coors Light.
Nothing. Pirates batting in the second. Wondered if maybe Chris Stewart would get the start today, but it was Cervelli again. He's on pace to catch over 130 games this year. And he's been so good here these last couple of years. You can see why Clint Hurdle wants him in the lineup. Low and inside, ball one.
Cervelli doing a nice job offensively. Hitting for average, high on base percentage. Doesn't hit for a lot of power. He hasn't gone deep yet this year. 7 home runs last season.
So he's got the striped socks like his pitcher, but I see on deck Sean Rodriguez does not. I agree. I like the stripes. It's a good look.
Kind of in Hunter Pence mode there. Was hands pulled away up high.
Although Pence does the NFL wide receiver thing with
Pulls him up above his knees.
Above the knees. To Lester.
Stuck in his glove.
He'll flip the glove to Rizzo.
Who drops his glove to make the play.
Oh, I love it.
That happened last year as well. I think last year Anthony still had his glove on when he caught the glove. But, you know, once you've been through it once, you know how to react. You know how to make this play.
He had a year to think about it.
You know, the issues John has throwing to the base is well documented, but he's got this play down. There's no panic at all here. Ball in the glove. Make sure that it's lodged. And then the toss to Rizzo.
We're going to be seeing that on scoreboards throughout baseball during rain delays for years to come.
Thank goodness the ball stays in, right? But if the ball squirts out there, then it could be disastrous.
In the TV business, you have what you call a kicker story. It's kind of like the little extra funny little thing at the end of the sports segment. That's going to run on all the local sportscasts at 5, 6, and 10. Base hit, Rodriguez.
He had 2 in the ball game last night, and the Pirates only managed 3 hits, 2 off Arrieta in his 7 innings of work, 1 off Cahill, pitched the final 2 innings for the Cubs. The Pirates team batting average has dropped about 7 points in this series. So we'll see what Clint Hurdle wants to do in terms of starting base runners against Lester. Freeze on in the first. He showed no indication, but Rodriguez might have a little different notion here. He's got a pretty good lead. Is really throwing the ball well, and John Lester gives him a chance. He's quick to home plate. Yeah, we know all about the throwing issues, but once he decides to go home, he's quick. Just a little bluff there. Rizzo will play off the bag and then deke back towards the base. Try to upset the rhythm, the timing of the base runner.
I'm being told Rizzo dropped his glove last year too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I don't remember that detail. I barely remember what shirt to wear on a daily basis. So
Rizzo's creative, man. He was trying to climb up on walls to make catches. He had that got a great slide against the Mets at third base. Remember when he came popping up with its magic. Yeah, that's a good sized lead there that Rodriguez has got. But, you know, for all the talk about the stolen base against John Lester, it's been a break-even proposition this year for base stealers. 3 successful, 3 caught.
Rodriguez not budging even when Rizzo heads back to the bag. And Harrison asked for time. David Ross picks off Sean Rodriguez.
That's I believe the second one he's picked off this year. Led the league in that department last year. And again, that's the thing. If you're going to take that big lead, you better be ready to scramble back. Quick feet, quick release, perfect throw.
Meanwhile, 3-1 on Harrison. Here's the pitch. Base hit. And he replaces Rodriguez at first.
Now he gets to play the should I go or should I stay game.
Yeah, there have been 3 scenarios with John that we've noticed in a Cub uniform with the running game. Teams have either run like wild, which hasn't happened that much. It hasn't been a factor at all, or it has played to the Cubs' advantage. And I think more the latter here lately, as the Cubs have really worked hard to make sure that that's not a big problem.
Yeah, and I think the key for John is just not to think too much about it. He'll step off, do whatever he can to upset the rhythm of the base runner a little bit. And most guys just don't. Most base runners, what we've seen, are just not comfortable getting that big aggressive lead and then going. Cubs anticipating Harrison might go on the first pitch. They try to pitch at Harrison 5 out of 5 so far this year in the stolen base department. Blanco with the lefty on the mound down near the bottom of the order in the 8th hole today.
Stella has it, and that's that. 2 hits, but no damage done here in the bottom of the 2nd. The resourceful John Lester and Anthony Rizzo.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. I'm attorney Howard Ankin with legendary sportscaster Steve Stone.
And I know the right team knows how to win, like Howard Ankin Law Office.
If you or someone you know needs help with an injury case, I'm here to help. Please give me a call.
Put Howard's number in your phone right now, 312-6-MILLION.
At Discount Tire, we'll get you the right tire at the lowest price for your vehicle. Get a $70 Visa prepaid card when you buy any set of 4 Michelin tires.
Canelo Alvarez is boxing's #1 star. Amir Khan has boxing's fastest hands. Saturday, May 7th.
Hard right hand by Canelo.
Unparalleled power.
First round for Khan.
Unsurpassed speed.
This is my time. Let's do this.
Canelo versus Khan, Saturday, May 7th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, live on pay-per-view.
We found out who's been hacking into our network.
Who?
Guess.
I don't know. Some kids in a basement?
You watch too many movies.
Who?
A small business in China.
A business?
They work 9 to 5. They take lunch hours.
Like a job?
Like a job. We track them.
How do we do that?
We have some new guys defending our network.
New guys?
Well, they're not that new. They've been defending things for a long time.
It's not just security, it's defense. BAE Systems.
Welcome back, everybody. Cup fans, you don't have to wait till summer to enjoy your Fridays. Kick off the weekends with your favorite team. Tickets are still available for hot Friday matchups, including this Friday. The Nationals are in town, and then the following Friday, the 13th, the Pirates are at Wrigley. Get your tickets at Cubs.com. On Friday, John Lackey will pitch for the Cubs, and Max Scherzer will go for the Nats.
Might be a little cool tomorrow night, but we might be up in the 70s by Friday afternoon. That'd be great. All one on Fowler. Freeze in on the grass at third. 2 pitches that could have gone either way go the hitter's way to start this at bat. Swing and a miss.
Ocasio's made a commitment to the top of the zone here against Fowler. Sure looks like it. See if he tries to change the eye level. Throws that slider down and in. Nope, they're going back door.
Two and two, LaStella and Bryant also do. And this ballpark really filling up. By far the biggest crowd of this series.
A lot of school groups here today. Field trip to the ballpark.
3-2 and a foul. Some of the fans in the ballpark will make it a double header. We'll head over to a hockey arena tonight for the Caps and Penguins. And as Fowler takes the walk, saw the Washington Capitals at a team hotel in their suits this morning, getting ready for their morning skate. Fowler on again to start an inning.
All over the top of the strike zone in that sequence, but wasn't getting any love at the top of the zone.
In this series now, Fowler has led off an inning by reaching base 7 times. On a bounce, Harrison to second for one. The relay not in time. LaStella beats it out for a fielder's choice. Now Harrison's best play might have been to throw to first and try to get Fowler in a rundown, because Dexter had to wait. Watch him hesitate. Of course, your first thought's going to be throw to second.
Yeah, and I think, you know, with the length of the throw, he had to make the first base and then the long throw back across from Rodriguez. I think he probably made the right play. What got him was he had a little difficulty making the transition to his throwing hand. It cost him just a little bit. Quality lid that woman's wearing back there. You see her?
I missed it. Bryant is out as he hits that soft liner to the shortstop Mercer.
It's at least the third broken bat by Nicasio in this game. Yeah, right there. Oh, check out that lid.
Rizzo with 2 outs.
Man on first base, you're looking for damage, right? Extra base hit, knock one out of the ballpark. With Nicasio's tendency to challenge with that first pitch fastball, I wouldn't be surprised to see Rizzo try to jump him here. Made a good pitch. Sean Rodriguez holding the base runner at first base. Harrison playing extreme pull out there in the rover position. Not just in shallow right field, but well towards the line. In the 1-3-1 zone trap.
Line shot. Wow. Dropped by McCutcheon. That'll send LaStella to third. A bullet by Rizzo, and McCutchen, I think, very defensive position there. Just
that thing was probably knuckling and probably had some real funky action on it. It's ruled an error on McCutchen. This ball blistered. He has really been squaring the ball up here lately.
Are you okay with an error on that? Are you okay with an error on that? I mean, he had to leave his feet. The ball was hit 100 miles an hour.
I would tend to, I mean, I don't, I mean, he made it looked kind of ugly, but I'm just guessing as hard as that ball was hit, it was probably doing something funky out there. And my tendency would be to want to reward the hitter because he hit it so hard.
Yes. So first and third, here's Zobrist. He lined to right his first time up. And he crushes one deep right center, and it'll go! A 3-run homer for Ben Zobrist. And the Cubs have the lead.
Well, there's that early fastball ambush we were talking about. Zobrist hit the ball sharply first time up for an out to right field. Crushes this one. First long ball in the series for the Cubs. And it's big load and a big swing by Zobrist. There's your forward home run replay. Number 2 for Zobrist.
Those will be unearned runs. I'll say change that scoring decision, but we count on the big board. 3-0. First homer of the series for the Cubs. And that was a bullet. Ground ball up the middle. Harrison, a little bobble, and Baez is safe. That will be a hit.
Why is that more of a hit?
I don't know.
Than the McCutchen play?
I don't know.
Because Harrison bobbles the ball, and that's why it turned into a hit.
That's an easier play than for me than the McCutchen one. Plus, he stayed back on it.
Once you start to retreat, you're asking for trouble.
That's an error. But Baez busting it right down the line. And
one more look at McCutchen as he tries to make the sliding catch. Has it in the end of his glove momentarily and then loses it. Then the misplay by Harrison. Cubs scored a run on a wild pitch in this series. They executed a double steal, first and third with 2 outs. Matt Caesar able to score a run when the Pirates weren't able to execute.
'69th pitch. We'll have to wait.
And so they got 4 2/3 from Cole in the first game of the series. Jonathan Neese pitched for the Pirates last night. He went 5. A.J. Schugel came in and gave them 3 quality innings in relief to help save that bullpen. He was credited with a tourniquet after the game. So the official score. You know, Hurdle hoping to get more out of Nicasio here this afternoon, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
This is not an easy play. Mercer will just eat it. Infield hit for Russell.
Well, know that he got the best break on that ball, but I think once he got to it, he made the right decision, not trying to make a throw.
Ray Searage, Pirates pitching coach, to the mound.
Both pitching coaches here in this series among the best in the business. Folks here in Pittsburgh love what Searage has brought to the table, and you know all about Chris Bosio and his work with the Cubs. This is probably the old pep talk, like let's disregard what has happened up to this point. Let's just see what you can do for us going forward. Turn the page. A turn the page conversation. I used to get those from my college professors all the time. Yeah, look, sure, you got a D-, but there's still time. There's another month left. There's the final. You could really pull that up to a solid C.
Two on for David Ross. In the air to right. Polanco underneath to end the inning. 3-run homer for Ben Zobrist, a line shot to right center. First series he's ever played in this ballpark, and he's been terrific.
Let's talk turkey. New premium carved turkey at Subway. This is oven roasted just right. Sliced thick the way you like it. You don't find this just anywhere type of turkey. With no artificial preservatives. It's good. Day after Thanksgiving good. Tastes even better with fresh veggies and applewood smoked bacon. Like on our new carved turkey and bacon sandwich. Handcrafted just for you. Now at the Subway Sandwich Shop. Fresh is what we do.
I have a list.
Okay.
So, she needs automatic emergency braking, blind spot detection, and lane departure warning.
All available on the Elantra and Sonata.
And a better warranty than Toyota, Nissan, or Chevy.
America's best warranty, standard with every Hyundai.
Let's check in with the boss.
Okay. Sorry, excuse me.
We'll take both.
Hurry in and lease the 2017 Elantra for just $144 a month.
Just one.
She seems like a great boss.
T-Mobile is going big for small business. You'll never get charged data overages, ever. Get your own 24/7 dedicated business account team. And with double the LTE coverage in the last year, you can get more done in more places. Right now, get 2 lines with 6 gigs each for just $80. And for a limited time, get a hotspot free. Yeah, free. Switch your business to T-Mobile at work today.
Time for a timeless moment brought to you by Coors Banquet. And that was the flood line from Hurricane Ivan in 2004. But let's go back to 1999 on this date. Mark Grace with the first Grand Slam of his career on this date in 1988. So 11 years to the day before that, he had his first career home run. Coors Banquet timeless moment.
Gracie, a big Star Wars fan?
I don't know.
Is that what inspired him?
Ocasio with his first plate appearance. He's trailing 3-0.
Run support's been a bit of an issue for John Lester this year. Came out of the game last time. It was tied 1-1. Got a no decision. Cubs scored late. That's a game where Matt Caesar hit the grand slam. He did not get credited with the win, but obviously it was a big reason why they won that ball game.
Lester's 1-2. Nicasio took a big hack and just got a piece of it. So wait a minute. Wait a minute. He's got a batting glove only on the top hand. I have never seen a big leaguer do that. Have
It's
you?
a pitcher. It's a pitcher thing.
With the bottom hand? You always have a batting glove on the bottom hand. Swing and a miss.
Well, maybe if you put
That
that
was
glove on
popular in
next
the
time,
80s.
that'll improve his swing. The newborn fan club is the perfect gift for parents of any tiny Cubs to showcase what it means to be a Cub for life. Receive a customized photo of the Wrigley Field marquee, a Cubs birth certificate, baby stocking cap, and a unique Cubs onesie. Visit Cubs.com/kids for more information. We're talking about run support. In John's first 3 starts, the Cubs scored 1 run while he was in the ballgame.
I am being told the score on Star Wars Day is C3PO.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I get why the pitcher would have the batting glove on the pitching hand, but if it's the top hand, you always see the guy at the plate have it on the bottom hand too. And as I said back in the 80s, Keith Moreland, they have the bottom hand with the glove on and not on the top hand.
Yeah,
that was much more popular back when you pitched.
Yeah.
Fastball inside corner.
If you look at a heat map for John Lester where he likes to throw the ball, you're going to see a lot of action mid-thigh and down. His ground ball rate is right around maybe a little better than league average, down a little bit from last year. Coming into this one, he had a whip of 0.93 and a batting average against of 207.
Low throw, and Rizzo, hang on a second. Did he stay on the bag? The call is he did. And the Pirates
thinking it over.
Yeah. Will not challenge. We have the Cubs team whip under 1. So Baez had a little too much time. Spike the throw. 3-0.
We're here in this auto graveyard to demonstrate a remarkable car polish. New Finish, the once-a-year car polish. Simply wipe it on and just wipe it off. It's that easy. And look, New Finish restored a deep, hard shine even to this weather-beaten car. We polished this car with New Finish and ran it through 52 car washes. Even after heavy-duty detergents and powerful scrubbing, the water still beads. So get New Finish.
Available at Advance Auto, Target, Home Depot, Walgreens, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
Just announced from Ford. 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 cash. And now for a limited time, get an extra $1,000 smart bonus cash on Focus, Fusion, and Escape. America's best-selling brand with our best offer. 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 cash and an extra $1,000 smart bonus cash. Supplies are limited, so hurry while selection is best and see your local Ford dealer today.
They say an old-fashioned is served in a 10-ounce glass with a maraschino cherry and an orange slice. Actually, it's served in a room with a brick fireplace and a deer head mounted on the wall by a waitress named Diane. This is a Wisconsin supper club,
When you're having fun, we're having fun.
Can you name the 2016 Cubs opening day starting outfield? Or spell Jake Petrinchka? Come out for our next taping of Beer Money tomorrow at 6 at Turtles Bar and Grill. Test your sports knowledge and win big. Beer Money, presented by Coors Light.
Here's John Lester working with a 3-0 lead and swings and misses. On the outside. I guess. That is low and away. 1-2. There's our guy.
Yep. Boys are back. You know they're digging May the 4th day.
Kicked up on Mercer, but he makes the play. Strike.
A change of approach. He'll get over breaking ball to get started here. Looks like he's trying to pick up the tempo a little bit too. Pirates have a couple really good young pitching prospects knocking on the door. Jameson Taillon was their first round pick a few years ago. He dealt with Tommy John surgery, had a hernia issue last year, but he's back pitching very well at AAA. He's got an ERA in the low ones. See him in a Pirate uniform at some point this year. Although having missed the better part of 2 years, they may want to be a little more cautious with him. Tyler Glasnow's the other guy we keep hearing about. Big hard throwing right-hander.
Handed by Rodriguez. So Fowler retired for the first time today.
Oh my. John Lester, take note. That zone's getting a little wide.
Injuries have created opportunities for guys like La Stella, Baez. Before Matt Caesar got hurt as well. Hopefully Matt is only out for a couple of weeks. He was grooving as a part-time player. Stella keeps the inning alive.
Yeah, the hamstring injury to Caesar has been referred to as a mild strain, so hopefully no longer than the 2-week stint on the DL. You never know. Hamstrings, groins, obliques, those strains and pulls, sometimes they tend to linger.
Talk about the steady nature of guys like Anthony Rizzo, Jason Hayward, Ben Zobrist. Low to no maintenance. We should put Chris Bryant in that group, and he's a second-year big leaguer.
Yeah, you tend to take him for granted. Joe talked to him last year about moving around the diamond, playing the outfield some. Yeah, whatever you need. I'm good. By the way, is digs a dated term? Would a young person such as Chris Bryant be familiar with that? Like, I asked him yesterday, how do you like your new digs? And he kind of looked at me like I was insane. I said, the building you're living in. He said, oh, yeah, it's great.
Maybe, yeah. You might be dating yourself with that. Yeah.
Such a fossil.
You think he Googled it after you asked him?
Again, that patience, and yet again another full count. The Cubs have had a ton of them, and he's among the leaders in that department. It really makes you work. 3-2 walk his first time up.
Runner goes with 2 outs. Bryant pops into left. Marte squeezes, inning over. Bottom 4. It's the Cubs 3 and the Pirates nothing.
Sleepy's one-day mattress sale is today only, 10 a.m. till 9 p.m. Save up to 60% on select Sealy, Serta, and Beauty Rest mattresses. Get a Sealy 2-piece set in any size for just $289, and Beauty Rest queen sets starting at just $499. Plus, get a free box spring with any Serta Perfect Sleeper mattress. Get up to half off select adjustable bases with select Beauty Rest, and free delivery with Tempur-Pedic and more. At Sleepy's, the only mattress professionals.
Taking the hassle out of yard work just got even easier. During the Echo National Sales Event, get a pro-grade Echo trimmer or handheld blower for only $149.99 each, backed by a 5-year warranty. But hurry, these deals will be gone before you know it. So take back your yard with Echo.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you.
We're never having kids.
Breathe.
Fill a bit here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there.
Closed captioning of Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by U.S. Waterproofing.
A little seepage in your basement is no need to panic. Count on the experts at U.S. Waterproofing to diagnose and repair the problem. For a free consultation, call 888-SEEPAGE or visit seepage.com.
Cubs 3, Pirates nothing. Talking about the one batting glove, and I don't know why I remember Keith Moreland did this. This is like the reverse of what we normally would see. The bottom hand, usually the one you see the glove on, like that. Circa 1984.
Zonk just celebrated a birthday the other day. Yeah, back then, players couldn't afford 2 batting gloves. Had to work 2 jobs in the wintertime just to make it through.
Everything.
Things not going well for Jake Peavy these days. He's given up 6 runs in 4 innings to the Reds, including 3 home runs in the 2nd inning. He has an ERA over 9. Reds lead the Giants 6-2.
Will drop in front of Zobrist. So they have the leadoff man on base for the first time.
Second hit of the day for Freeze. Marte hit a home run on the very first pitch he saw as a major leaguer. That's why I caution against such feats. Set the bar awfully high when you do that. He's settled in. He's turned into a very good major league player. Great defender out on left. Speed guys, got some power. Doesn't walk much.
2013. Remember, he had a big home run off Kevin Gregg when pitching for the Cubs at Wrigley Field. That gave the Pirates the first playoff berth in 2 decades. Yeah, it was off Dallas Keuchel, that
oh, is that right?
Major League debut. So you were there, 2012, at Minute Maid Park.
Before Dallas Keuchel turned into Dallas Keuchel we know now. Well, I don't believe he's been quite as sharp this year as last. That would be difficult to do. So, a little bit of a bind here for Lester. 1 on, nobody out, 3-0. He's got to come all the way back on Marte, and a rare walk.
So best chance for the Pirates. 2 on, nobody out. Here's Cervelli.
Cervelli hits the ball on the ground a lot. Lester pretty adept at getting that ground ball. Cervelli has bounced into 5 double plays already this year. It's just the 4th walk taken by Marte this year.
Here's a pitch and a base hit. And the bases are loaded with no outs. Single, walk, single.
Was close to the line there. You don't want to give up a double, 2-run score, so he was kind of shading toward the line a little bit. Russell, of course, playing double play depth, so that created a big hole there on the left side of the infield. I don't know if Baez is positioned where he normally would be if he makes a play on that ball or not. But John Lester, in his last start, pitched out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam without allowing a run. Let's see if he can pull a rabbit out of his hat here again this afternoon.
And these 2 teams find themselves in this situation a lot offensively. Bases loaded. Rodriguez takes ball 1.
Yeah, and he's been swinging it well. He's probably had the best at-bats of any Pirate hitter so far in this series. 224 lifetime with the bases loaded. This Basio saunter on out and have a chat with Lester. Rodriguez has hit 4 home runs already this year. So this is all about minimizing damage.
Yeah, you're never trying to give up runs, but you've got a 3-0 lead here. And sometimes probably hard not to do the math in your head. 3 on, nobody out. And Chris Bosio just reminding John to make that next pitch.
Yeah, just kind of focus one pitch at a time. Does his best work down there, and that pitch there could turn into a double play ball too. Now Rodriguez, unlike Cervelli, he's not a ground ball hitter. He's pretty good at getting the ball in the air, so he'll be thinking about trying to go middle away, get it airborne, prevent that rollover. That's it's a kind of a battle of wills here. As Lester's trying to get the ground ball, and Rodriguez trying to get something he can lift or drive.
Fangraphs a few years ago did a study on the first pitch after a visit to the mound by a pitching coach. And I seem to recall that the one pitch thrown more than any other is that two-seam fastball.
Two-seam fastball down and away, kind of back to the basics of pitching.
Yeah.
Kind of the safety zone. The two-seamer down and away.
3-1
away from damage.
That's Ryan Vogel's song.
And I think the same thing here. I think you don't give in here. Rodriguez isn't McCutcheon, but he's been swinging it well.
3-2. I have to go back and look. I could be wrong on the results of that study, but foul.
Rodriguez had one to whack at there.
Line shot. Foul. Actually, I found the piece. It's the opposite. It was done over 1,000 pitches. So they said the results weren't definitive, but actually fewer fastballs were thrown after a visit to the mound.
Does it say if the hitter took that pitch a high percentage of the time?
I don't think so. It's definitely worth studying, right? You're trying to get every advantage you can. What's this guy most likely to throw in this situation? Another 3-2. He got him this time. Nice comeback.
There was a couple of punch-outs in that 7th inning last time that did the trick for him. Got 2 strikeouts and a ground out to get out of that mess. Had to throw a lot of pitches, but ultimately got Rodriguez to expand on that fastball off the plate. Remember, we saw it with Jeff Nelson last inning with the left-handed hitters up there and Nicasio on the mound. He was giving some little extra to the pitchers off the plate, and maybe Lester and Ross can exploit that here to the right-handed hitters. Maybe not.
Curveball missed on Harrison. And had his 10-game hitting streak end on Monday, but he's 1 for 1 today. At third, Marte at second, Cervelli at first. Pirates trying to get back into this ball game, trailing 3-0. Popped up by by Harrison. Down along the right field line. Freese heads back to the bag. Zobrist makes the catch, and everybody will hold. 2 outs.
So this is kind of interesting because we talked about, you mentioned, here's the play again, there's the tag by Freese. They opt not to send him. And they're going to leave it up to Polanco here with 2 outs to try to get something done. You're talking about whip, last inning, and one of the other things, one of the advanced stats people talk about is left on base rate. A lot of times that's a function of luck. And the Cubs starters, most of them, if not all of them, are running a very high left on base percentages. Likely to be some regression there, and with that, obviously, the ERAs will climb a little bit. But there is a skill too, I think. Some guys just have the ability to perform under duress better than others.
Remember, the Cardinals had that whopping left on base percentage last year. 1-0 to Polanco. He's batting 8th against the left-handed starter. Lester trying to find that escape hatch here in the 4th inning. But he's down 2-0. Jason Rogers on deck in the pitcher spot.
Polanco down into the 8th hole this afternoon with a tough lefty on the mound. Ooh, good swing there at the cutter. Polanco hitting a .176 this year against left-handed pitching. As you mentioned earlier, they haven't seen a whole lot of it. His overall game and his approach at the plate has improved. He's short in the swing. He's patient. He takes walks.
To make his pitch right here on the 2-2. Full 3-2.
Polanco wouldn't bite.
Everybody will be on the move here. Bases loaded, 2 outs, the 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Lester does escape. How about that? The first 3 got on, the next 3 made outs. Nobody scores. It's still 3-0.
Hi. I need something that can keep up with all my adventures.
Well, the RAV4 has available Sport Tune suspension.
I like the sound of that.
And great handling, so it can do just about anything.
Thanks, Jan. This is exactly what I'm looking for.
I know.
Do you?
Yep.
Right now, during Toyota time, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2016 RAV4. Hurry in today.
Here are your keys.
Thanks.
See you out there.
Sweet.
Toyota, let's go places.
The simple truth is, sometimes life isn't just. Someone crosses over the line, the best laid plans fail, or the sky falls, and lives are changed forever, and people suffer. And when that happens, you might find a system that is not just. That's the reason I began my career, because even when life isn't just, there can be justice, and everyone deserves justice.
And here we go, folks.
It's your favorite hot dog bun, mustard, and overpriced watered-down beer.
Are you sure you want to eat all that? Because you already weigh more than your team's batting average.
Let's just toast to our anniversary. Oh, no, it's corked.
Let's just watch the game. I tweeted all of your friends to come over, but I guess no one showed up, just like at Mobile Phone Park.
That's okay. I invited one of your friends, too.
There's a long drive, and it's out of here.
Give a real anniversary gift this year. Escape to the Champagne Lodge in Willowbrook, just 25 minutes southwest of Chicago.
on CSN.
Cubs lead 3-0. Make sure you follow Patrick Mooney, our Cubs insider, all season long on CSNChicago.com, presented by Nationwide's Jeff Vukovich, serving the community for 38 years. Go to jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. So the Cubs and the Pirates, the rematch from last year's wild card, and it's gone about as perfectly as the Cubs could have hoped here through 2.5 games.
Yeah, we kind of came into this thinking, you know, it would be 3 epic games, and after some of those fireworks on Monday night, Jake Arrieta kind of drained all the suspense out of last night, and obviously the Pirates are kind of getting a pretty good look at this new and improved Cubs lineup here today.
Swing and a miss by Rizzo. Nicasio gets at most one more inning here. His spot now due to lead off the bottom of the 5th. Wouldn't say we've run out of things to say about Jake Arrieta, but JD admitted that he just takes him for granted now. He assumes 7-8 innings, no runs every time he pitches, and I'm trying to fight it, because this should not feel normal what he's doing. As Rizzo sends a fly ball out into deep center, and it is off the wall. Boy, McCutchen gave up on it like it might leave the yard. 5th double of the series for Rizzo.
Yeah, and again, continues to hammer the baseball. McCutchen was charged with an error last time, if you recall. He hit that line drive out there that McCutchen couldn't hang on to. That easily could have been ruled a base hit. No doubt about this one as he drives it over the head of McCutchen. A little bit of a late break to begin with. And, yeah, an early concession, if you will. I don't think he tracked that ball. I think he just didn't see it very well. Yeah. He knew it was in the general area, but didn't know exactly where that one was headed.
And that brings up Zobrist, who hit a 3-run homer in the 3rd inning. So anyway, Patrick, if you have anything else to add that we don't know already about what Jake Arrieta's done here, feel free to chime in, but we're just left speechless.
It's kind of funny scene in the clubhouse this morning. MLB Network was running this side-by-side shot of Arrieta from Baltimore and here now, and Pedro Strop was in one of the chairs underneath and just started cracking up and yelling, you know, that's old school Jake. And I had asked him, you know, does it kind of get weird seeing that? And he said, no, not at all. He's completely kind of used to being in the spotlight. He clearly enjoys it. And yeah, it's definitely strange when you're just kind of wondering whether or not he's going to throw a no-hitter. And I definitely think it's overshadowed a great start by John Lester as well. It's weird that he could sign that huge contract last year and be such a focus, and now, you know, no one's really noticing that. He's one of the best pitchers in the National League right now too.
Freeze gets Zobrist. Yeah, somebody asked Jake about Matt Joyce, 7 out of 14, and he quickly said, that's a different guy. That was the Baltimore Arrieta.
Baltimore Jake.
Right.
Springsteen song. Yeah, and it's so many clean innings, right? Just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the other guy who does that is Lackey. He gives up so few base runners. Len and I were talking whip earlier. Walks plus hits per innings pitched, as you know. The big 4 in the rotation are all within the top 14 in the National League in that department.
Jake also went out of his way to credit Javier Baez for, you know, the amazing defense he was playing over at third base, and saying how it's such a luxury to have what Joe Madden calls one of the best infielders defensively in the game. He doesn't even have a starting spot, and that's definitely going to help Jake. He's like, who cares about strikeouts when I can just keep getting ground ball outs? And obviously that should, you know, help keep him fresh for what the Cubs hope will be, you know, a run through October.
We have not seen Hayward in this series. He's got a sore wrist. What are you hearing? Anything specific about when he'll be back in the lineup?
Well, it sounded like Joe Madden didn't really want to push it today. Obviously, Jason has been dealing with this since early April. I think there were scenarios where maybe they were going to use him off the bench last night. They didn't need him. But it sounded like we should see him this weekend Wrigley at some point, and that the Cubs don't believe this is a DL situation. That's kind of been they've been pretty firm on that throughout this.
And there's a guy named Kyle Hendricks, I guess. He's going to pitch tomorrow. Have you heard anything about this guy? What's it been?
He'll be well rested, won't he?
Yes, he will. I saw him yesterday after his bullpen. I said, and you are? Somebody had to get pushed back with 3 off days last week, and 2 due to rainouts. Cubs feel very good that Kyle will not be rusty tomorrow. And I guess tangentially related, just because it rhymes, one of the other big storylines going into that series will be the return of Dusty Baker back at Wrigley Field.
Hard to believe it's been 10 years since he's been there.
06 was his last year. Yeah,
I think he's exactly what that team needed. I think Matt Williams was a great player, and I think they thought that would translate, a leader in the clubhouse to a leader in the dugout. And it obviously didn't work that way, and I think that really makes what the Cubs are doing so impressive. That the Nationals were the team with the target on their back last year, and they really collapsed for as good as they looked on paper.
2-2. Hooked into the left field corner for Javi Baez. Rizzo will score easily. And that ball is wedged, I think, and Baez is just going to round the bases.
Running, yeah, keep on running.
And Marte did not reach in, I don't believe. And they're going to double check on it. We lose sight of that very corner on this particular camera view. There you go. Yep. So it will be a double. And it's 4-0.
So the leather work yesterday for Baez off the charts. Just a tremendous day defensively. Today he's doing it with the bat. That's his 3rd hit. That's going to do it for Nicasio.
A long, laborious afternoon for the Pirates starter. Patrick, thanks for stopping by. As always, we appreciate it.
Anytime, guys.
Patrick Mooney, our Cubs insider.
Do you have a zany suit you're going to wear home?
No. I have TSA pre-check, though. It'll be a nice rush to the airport.
Very nice. We'll be back in the 5th.
Great time for a shiny floor wax, no? Not if you just put the finishing touches on your latest masterpiece. Timing's important. Comcast Business knows that. That's why you can schedule an installation at a time that works for you, even late at night or on the weekend if that's what you need, because you have enough to worry about. I did not see that coming.
Don't deal with disruptions. Get better internet installed on your schedule. Comcast Business, built for business.
This is how Precision listens. Bose microphones that hear engine noise, then counter it with the sound-canceling frequency, which helps make the cabin so quiet, you don't miss a thing.
Night, Dad.
Good night, kiddo. It's called Active Noise Cancellation, and it's available in the new, meticulously crafted 2016 Sierra from GMC. This is the precision of professional grade. Now get 15% below MSRP on select GMC Sierra 1500 models in stock. That's nearly $9,000 on this GMC Sierra Denali.
It is a Midas call to the bullpen. And it's Jared Hughes.
A lanky right-hander on the DL with a strained lat. So he's only pitched in 2 games since being activated. Busy man last year, worked 76 times for the Pirates. Very effective, too. At a 228 earned run average in those 76 appearances. Was that power sinker? A lot of ground ball outs.
So this call to the pen presented by Midas Tire and Auto Service Experts. a good throw. Baez is going to hold.
Yeah, Baez takes aggressive leads. He's very energetic on the bases. He draws a lot of attention. He was the guy you like to bring in the force play in order and get you that double play ball. Clint Hurdle forced to piece it together with his bullpen here today as a starter. Doesn't make it through 5.
And 0 to Russell. All right, so this game is far from over. But the Cubs winning 7-2 and then 7-1 and leading here 4-0. If this holds up, it's only 3-game series. Do you buy the whole psychological thing that the Cubs are getting into the Pirates' heads?
No, I'm not.
It's a long season.
No, I'm not a big believer in the whole statement game or statement series philosophy. I don't know if they're in their heads. I think they're convincing everybody how good they are, because we've talked a lot about how soft the schedule was for the Cubs in the early going. They've come in here on the road playing a very good team, and they've taken care of business.
With Baez running, and Hughes trying to beat Russell to the bag. He will not. Baez now trying to score. Rodriguez to Cervelli, and now Rodriguez at the plate. And the tag is applied. So when it's all said and done, Addison Russell takes over for Baez at second.
Yeah, Baez's ability to stay in the rundown allows Russell to move into scoring position. And, but that's the exuberance of youth, perhaps. We talk a lot about aggressiveness versus recklessness. This is probably a little on the reckless side, trying to score on this. You can see him reading the play, because there was going to be no play at first base. But give him credit again for staying in the hot box.
Russell gets a single. Baez out 3-2 to 5-3. Yeah, make them make a play. They did it the other day on Monday night. And the throw to the plate was airmailed.
Yeah, and that was an intentional play with 2 outs and the pitcher up. And they put on the David Ross was on first base. He broke for second to draw the throw, and then Caesar came home on the errant throw. This situation a little bit differently in that Russell was going to be safe at first base.
Well, and I think maybe the Baez read might have been if they throw the ball to first.
Right.
I'm
so
going to be safe at the plate.
He probably, if he waits just a little bit to see if they actually try to make a throw.
1-2 to Ross.
Tell the watching him run. He wanted to try to steal that run. That's what and Joe Madden likes it. He likes his guys to be aggressive on the bases, so he may fully endorse the play. And even if you don't, you want to be careful on how you talk to a player, like especially a young guy who can make things happen with his legs. You don't want to take that away from him.
Draws the walk.
Jamison Russell with 2 hits today. He hasn't hit the ball out of the infield. Maybe the worm is starting to turn a little bit in the luck department for him. He had that stretch there. He was hitting into a lot of hard outs.
This turn of events for John Lester. He was up 3-0, but facing a bases loaded, no out situation. In the 4th inning, got out of it, and now his team has added a run in the 5th. Rodriguez to the bag, and the inning is over. Lester's made contact 3 times, but is 0 for 3, and the Cubs lead 4-0.
Hey, Chicago, when did paying for airfare become so unfair? At Southwest, we believe in transparency. Transparency means we don't dream up ways we can trick you into paying more. It's why we still let 2 bags fly free and don't have change fees. So our low fares stay low. Just the way you like it.
Know you're budgeted for the expected and the unexpected. Know that at least the process of buying a new home can be clear.